on a career path with a living wage and helps them every step of the way through their career. Whereas Dress for Success Western Mass is able to, and this was kind of stunning to me, Dress for Success Western Mass is able to accomplish all this with only 1 full-time staff member, 4 part-time staff members, 4 contract employees, several of whom are program graduates, and dedicated volunteers. Now therefore be proclaimed that the Springfield City Council recognizes, honors, and commends Dress for Success Western Mass as you celebrate your 25th anniversary, and we thank you for your continued service, dedication, and contribution to the many women of Western Mass. Proclamation in your honor, attested to by our clerk, Gladys Alola Lopez, sponsored by City Councilor Kateri Walsh and Tim Allen, Mike Fenton, and all city councilors.
Okay, any other councilors would like to add anything? Councilor Allen?
Yeah.
You gotta remember how to work this.
Hit the green button.
There we go. Thank you very much. Nice to have you here. Supporting women getting back into the workforce in any which way. It's terrific to have people volunteer their own time for the betterment of other people. So I've had a lot of successful women in my family, from my mother to my sister to my daughter, etc. And I know I know how much the workforce has meant to them. My daughter is making a presentation tomorrow at her annual meeting of her investment firm. This stuff works. And the thing that mattered to her the most, she's 43 years old, was when I invited her to Mass Mutual to the Take Your Daughter to Work Day. And she said, Dad, as soon as you took me down those hallways, I knew I had found my home, kind of thing. I wanted to be in the business world. So there's all kinds of things that can happen when people reach out to other people and give them opportunities. So thank you for what you do for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Allen. Welcome, Councilor. This is for Dress for Success. Councilor Whitfield, would you like to say a few words?
I haven't been here in a long time. Hi, ladies. I love Dress for Success. Yes, I used to work at HCC, and I used to work on the Foot in the Door project. And I remember going to I went to one of your classes recently, and they was like, I know you. And then they were so excited to be there. And Foot in the Door has given ladies so many opportunities. They get employed like right after. And I know you do way more than Foot in the Door, but I'm very proud of Foot in the Door because I actually helped work on that one. And then I went into your location and I was like, this is a real store. I was like, I got to come shopping. And they were like, yeah, we'll give you a designer, someone who can help you pick out your clothes and stuff. That's wonderful for people who don't know how to put it together or don't have that type of help. So this is a great, who did this proclamation? I knew it was you because she always tell me to go and stuff my bag for $25 because I'm like, where'd you get all these great clothes from, Kateri? You always have the best stuff. She said, I go to Dress for Success and they have the stuff the bag day and I get all that I can for $50 or $25. And yes, and I said, next time I will be there stuffing my bag because you guys got amazing stuff there, but I also have things to donate. So thank you for everything that you do for the community, for the ladies in the community, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful program, and I'm glad it's right here in the city of Springfield.
Thank you, Councilor Whitfield. Would the executive director or some of the members like to say a few words?
Green button?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, first and foremost, councilors. This is an honor, and what a spectacular way to kick off our 25th anniversary festivities. Thank you so much to Councilor Walsh. We appreciate your constant support and this proclamation, Councilor Allen and Councilor President Fenton, and Councilor Whitfield. Oh, I know you. I know you. Oh, no, but you are an inspiration. You, Counselor Walsh. The women on this city council are fearless representatives and inspirations to the women that we serve every day. They look to you and see everything that they can accomplish. So having us here, inviting us here for this proclamation means the world. No? Can I just say a few words about the organization itself and what's coming? I do want to make sure that you rest assured that the Career Center is in Springfield. We have a Career Center that will be our 6th program. We're well known for the stuff of bags, having people come in who cannot afford interview attire or attire for a brand new job, and we provide them with that as well as the confidence they need to succeed. We don't necessarily get them the job that is easy, the job that is convenient. We partner and collaborate in the community to get them on the paths to long-term sustainable success, career paths that they can be proud of through Foot in the Door, which is a workforce readiness boot camp, through the Margaret Fitzgerald Mentorship Program, where we pair our participants for a year with professional and retired professional women in the community. And we also have a professional women's group. So once you're a part of our community, once you are one of our women, there's no expiration date to this. You are always one of us and can stay with us through any part of your career journey where you might need support. And this Career Center will fill in all the gaps, from sustainability to wellness to health to digital literacy with partners like Tech Foundry and Holyoke Community College, to financial management. Because if you teach people how to make money and don't teach people how to manage it, then you're doing them a disservice. And all of this will happen after our construction, which breaks ground tomorrow at 45 Lyman Street. And we look forward to welcoming you all to the ribbon cutting. Thank you. Oh, wait, we don't know yet. It'll be in January. It'll be coming to you, I promise. Yes. Oh, no, tomorrow, tomorrow is the start of the construction. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Excellent. Thank you.
We'd invite you to come forward so we can take a photo with you all. Please, right over here to the dais. Good evening, everybody. Let's try to settle down in the chamber, please. Today is Tuesday, September 24th. We're not used to meeting on a Tuesday in this room, but it was Springfield Day at the Big E yesterday. So here we are. The time is 7:03. We have a hearings meeting of the Springfield City Council scheduled for tonight. And I'd like to start by asking Madam Clerk if you could please call the roll.
Councillor Walsh?
Present.
Present. Councillor Allen?
Present.
Present. Councillor Delgado? Absent. Councillor Click Bruce?
Present.
Present. Councillor Govan? Absent. Councillor Brown?
Present.
Present. Councillor Davila? Councillor Davila? Absent. Councillor Kern?
Present.
Present. Councillor Santinello?
Present.
Present. Councillor Edwards? Absent. Councillor Whitfield? Present. Present. Councillor Perez? Present. Present. Councillor Fenton?
Present. Will the council and our guests please rise for a moment of silence? Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, will you please recognize the counselor in seat number 7?
Councillor Davila? Present. Present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Some housekeeping first, counselors. Focus Springfield has asked me to encourage you to mute your microphones when we have a participant on Zoom who's speaking so that we can increase the audio efficacy in the room. I can already tell by the start of this meeting it's much better than when we started last. It just means that if someone's speaking on Zoom up here, then just make sure that your mic isn't on. Isn't left on, yeah. Madam Clerk, will you please recognize the counselor in seat number 9?
Councillor Edwards?
Present.
Okay. And another item, counselors, if there's no objection, we have some residents here tonight for a petition. It's number 10, and we've received correspondence from the attorney for that petitioner, had a medical emergency and is not able to be here. So he's asking that this item be continued. So is there any objection to hearing item number 10 first? Okay, seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call item number 10?
Item 10 is a zone change, and it's for Connecticut Avenue.
Okay, again, and for the public and the council's benefit, we did receive correspondence from Attorney LaCorey in writing requesting this continuance. We wish him and his family good health during the emergency. Is there a motion to continue this hearing to October 28th, October 28th, which is the next hearings meeting?
So moved.
So moved.
Okay, motion made by Councilor Davila, seconded by Councilor Whitfield to continue item number 10 to October 28th. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On the motion to continue, Councillor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes. Councillor Allen?
Yes.
Yes. Councillor Delgado? Absent. Councillor Click Bruce?
Yes.
Yes. Councillor Govan? Absent. Councillor Brown?
Yes.
Yes. Councillor Davila?
Yes.
Yes. Councillor Kern? Yes. Councillor Santinello?
Yes.
Yes. Councillor Edwards?
Yes.
Yes. Councillor Whitfield?
Yes.
Yes. Councillor Perez?
Yes.
Yes. Councillor Fenton?
Yes, more than sufficient. Item is continued to the next hearings meeting. Thank you to the residents who came down. I just wanted to address that item first so you weren't sitting here all night when we knew that was going to be what happened. Okay, Madam Clerk, first item, please.
First item is a petition for a traffic control agreement on Sumner Avenue.
Mr. Signoli, good evening.
Councilors, good evening. Chris Signoli, DPW Director. For the petitions in front of you tonight, item number 1 is the traffic control agreement from the state Massachusetts DOT with regard to our project at the X. The project is out to bid right now. We are required by law to have the council approve the traffic control agreement. The traffic control agreement basically consists of all of the traffic items, signs, lane arrangements, traffic signals, et cetera, for the project. And as I said, the project is out to bid. We will be coming in front of the council in October for all of the easements, land takings, et cetera, for the project. So in front of you tonight is the traffic control agreement for the X project.
Thank you, Mr. Signoli. Councilors? Councilor Davila?
President, good evening, Chris. Are we talking about the X project?
Yes.
Okay, and can you give us a quick, I know you said it's the traffic control agreement. Can you give us and the people at home the 30-second overview?
Sure. Basically what we have to do is sign off on all of the traffic items that are in the project, such as installation of stop signs, installation of yield signs, right turns, or excuse me, no right turns, no left turns, right turn only, left turn only, lane arrangements, bike lanes, yield signs, keep rights, do not enter. Basically every sign and traffic regulation that is being controlled in the project has to be put forth, including beacons, traffic islands, et cetera. And the requirement is, or the reasoning behind this is that we are accepting the maintenance of this once the project is complete. And if we want to change anything on the project, we have to go, after the project is completed, we have to go back to Mass DOT to get their approval on it.
Councilor Davila, can you put your mic on, please? Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. President. So Chris, so that I'm aware, so I'm clear, this traffic agreement, is it going to change the direction of traffic per se, or we just?
No, it's not going to change. Basically, the layout of the project, anything that has to do with any of the traffic items and signage, because Mass DOT is paying for the installation of them, we're given the requirement that it has to be approved by the city council. It went through the traffic commission already, approved by the council. The roadway layout per se is basically staying the same. We're moving traffic signals, but the installation of all those is basically at the end of the project that we are required to take over all of the maintenance for everything associated with the project. And then lastly, as I said, any changes that we want to do in the future, we have to go back through Mass DOT to get their approval.
I see. And so, Chris, my last question, just doing my due diligence, nothing of this is going to interfere with the current project that is happening at the X?
Correct. Correct.
And at the X, because the traffic was awful there today, it was like really backed up. I got caught myself quite a few times there today. Can you give us a 10-second overview? What are we doing right now over there?
All the work that's going on now there is either electric or gas related by Eversource. Yep. They're getting all their work done in advance of the project itself. All the utility companies, with the exception of water and sewer, because water and sewer work is actually part of the project, all of the other utilities have to have all their work completed prior to the construction starting on the project. So all that crazy work that's going on out there is gas and electric, either on Belmont Dickinson or on Sumner Avenue. And right now the big problem is on Sumner Avenue.
Okay, so
I stay away.
Yeah, so this is pretty much housekeeping business.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. Any other councilors? Okay, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on item number 1.
On approval of the petition, Councilor Walsh.
I got
Yes.
a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Councilor Santinella.
I'm so sorry. Just 2 quick questions for Mr. Signoli. Number 1, Eversource, are they changing out any new lights that are going to be in this down Sumner Avenue for LED lights? Where we were told they were putting in new lights.
Yeah, all on the entire project, all the lights that are going in are all going to be LEDs.
Perfect. And the other question I had was, do we currently have a bike lane now, or is that going to be something new?
Through the X area right now, there are no bike lanes. As part of this project, bike lanes are going to be installed. However, the bike lanes are going to be off-road. One of the items way back in the beginning of this project was to get bike lanes in. We were going to have to do significant widening, cut down a ton of trees. So we worked with Mass DOT to keep the road as narrow as possible. And the sidewalks that are there now are just going to be widened slightly, and those will be the what's called a mixed-use path on both sides of the road. So there'll be more than enough room for bikes. There is some small bike lanes on the eastern end of the project, kind of in the CVS area where it comes back. But throughout the majority of the project, it's going to be off-road along the sidewalks for the bike lanes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Santinello. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On approval of the petition, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado, absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan, absent. Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Santinello. Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Traffic control agreement is approved. Madam Clerk, item number 2, please.
Item number 2 is for an honorary street sign, Dillinger's Way.
Mr. Signoli?
Good evening, councilors. This petition is for the installation of an honorary street sign for Dillinger's Way at the intersection of Grayson Drive and Bruce Street. It has been submitted in the name of Dillinger Perez by Robert Perez and was approved at the September Traffic Commission meeting.
Okay. Any questions from the council? Seeing none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On approval of the street sign, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado, absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan, absent. Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Honorary street sign is approved. Madam Clerk, let's try to do items 3 through 6 together, and then if a counselor ends up having an issue or objecting, we'll break them out. But it's 3 stop signs and a no parking sign.
Item number 3 is for a Gillette Avenue stop sign. Number 4 is for a Farnsworth Street stop sign. Number 5 is for a Catherine Street stop sign. And number 6 is for a no parking anytime sign on White Street.
Mr. Signoli.
Good evening again, councilors. Item number 3, Gillette Avenue at its intersection with our Villa Street. Petition from the neighborhood to install. The intersection will become a 3-way stop. Our Villa already had a stop sign. Gillette is looking to have 2 stop signs installed. The signs have been up for a trial period between 90 and 120 days. No information has been provided to the DPW on a negative aspect of it, and it was approved at the Traffic Commission meeting. The next one is Farnsworth, installation of a stop sign on Farnsworth at Hamburg Street. It is a T intersection and was also part of a 90 to 120 day trial with no issues. Catherine Street is the installation of stop signs on Catherine Street at McKnight, turning that into a 4-way stop sign intersection. Also was 90, 120 day trial period with no issues. And the last item is White Street at Allen Street, where White and Allen come together. There is a small pocket park on that corner called Avalon Park. And on the White Street side of it is the request for the neighborhood for no parking for 360 feet along the park. That has also been in place for 90 to 120 days with no issue as well on those items. So if any counselor has a question on either one of them, I am happy to answer questions.
Thank you, Mr. Signoli. Any questions from the council for Mr. Signoli? Councilor Davila.
Thank you, Mr. President. Chris, I think you might have answered my question, but so the parking on White Street, is that only on the park side?
Yes, yes. As you approach Allen Street, if you're driving down or north on White Street, when you get to that park at the end, it's just no parking on that park side.
On the side of White Street?
Yes, yes.
So similarly, there's no parking on Allen Street already?
There is no parking on Allen Street right now, yes.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
going to be congruent on
Correct.
both sides? Okay. All right, thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. Any other councilors with questions on these items? Seeing none?
Yeah.
Oh, Councilor Santinello. Councilor Santinello, and those participating at home, if it's possible to find the raise your hand button, that's just much easier for me to see you. I know some of you haven't had good success with that in the past, but if you can, it does help me if you hit the raise hand button. Councilor Santinello.
Unfortunately, I'm on Zoom off of my browser.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have that option, but I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I just want to say to Mr. Signoli, on the corner of Cooley and Allen, you put that left-hand signal in, and that's been most helpful. I just want to give you praise right here that has saved a lot of probably potential accidents. You put that in several months ago, and I want to commend you for that.
Thank you, Councilor. That was actually pushed by the neighborhood as well, and we received a grant from the Mass DOT to put in a new controller, so we were able to line those things up really well and get that work done. Probably took a little longer until the new controller came in, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Mr.
Councilor.
President.
Okay, Councilor Whitfield and Councilor Allen.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also wanted to echo what Councilor Santinello said about McKnight. I go that way every day, and it's a great four-way right there because the children are also right there. And so it definitely has slowed down traffic. So I'm going to support that one and all the other petitions. So thank you for doing that study. I didn't know it was a study. I just seen the signs up one day. And I was like, this is great. But definitely support the petition.
In that area, we are working with Mass DOT on what's called the Safe Routes to School project. So that kind of entire area around that school is going to have a lot of new sidewalks, ramps, and some additional modified traffic things like this, because there's a lot of walkers in that neighborhood that go to that school. So that's one of the projects that we're working on, as well as Bowles School up in East Springfield as well, for a lot of walkers that go to that school. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Whitfield. Councilor Allen.
Thanks, Mr. President. I just want to thank Councilor Santinello for mentioning that, and also thank Mr. Signoli for acknowledging the neighborhood. I can't tell you the number of times I was in conversations on getting that left turn signal at that. We had meetings out there with Tom Ash, et cetera, when he was in the mayor's office. And kudos to Walter Gould and the Neighborhood Association. They never lost their eye on, you kept their eye on the ball. And right, Chris? We talked about that a lot, and appreciate you getting it done.
Yeah, I know how those neighborhood people are. Right, Kath?
Thank you. Thank you, Councilor Allen. Any other councilors? Okay. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on items 3 through 6.
On approval of items 3 through 6, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan absent. Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Items 3 through 6 are approved. Thank you, Mr. Signoli.
Thank you, councilors.
Okay, Madam Clerk, item number 7, please.
Item number 7 is for a special permit to operate an equipment, auto repair, and junkyard at the property known as 298 Rocas Street.
Okay, so we are going to now open the hearing for item number 7. The City Council is now sitting as a quasi-judicial body consistent with Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, and the rules and orders of the Springfield City Council. Under those rules and orders, the petitioner will be offered up to, you don't have to use all the time, but you're offered up to 20 minutes to present your case. Thereafter, if there are any opponents, we'll offer them the same amount of time, and if there is reason to proceed with the rebuttal, we'll do rebuttal for 10 minutes each. So is there anyone here on behalf of the petitioner? Good evening, sir. If you could come forward, please state your address and introduce yourself for the record.
Good evening. My name is Jerry Glasser, local attorney, and I'm here to speak on behalf of this application for special permit for...
Oh, sorry, I had to turn your mic on.
Myron and Roman Medea. They actually live just off of Roca Street. They've lived there since 1964. Since they were kids. Their dad bought them 298 Roca Street about 1981 or 83, I'm not sure which year, to operate this business. So they started when they were in their 20s, they're now in their 60s. In 2006, they were told they needed to have a junkyard because the business had a special permit to for this property because they had too many unregistered vehicles that they were working on. They were here on December 11th, 2006, before the council for the special permit. It was sent to committee. 90 days, way more than 90 days went by, there was no action taken. The permit, the application was deemed granted under Chapter 48, Section 9. Due to a misunderstanding of the process by which one would go to the clerk and obtain a letter that the council hadn't taken action, and then physically go get the permit. Due to that misunderstanding, they thought that they had the permit by virtue of Section 9, Chapter 48, continued to operate their business for another 16 years until 2022 when this issue was raised again. So we refiled, essentially. They have run really a good business for 41 years or so. They don't dismantle vehicles or drain fluids like an R&R or a chest. They just they repair, they buy, they sell, but they need to have this permit. As I say, they've been operating this business for 41 years successfully, and want to continue for whatever years they have left in their working lives to do it properly. We've met with the East Springfield Neighborhood Council. I believe that meeting and our conversations have gone well. We talked about conditions that were recommended for the for this site. We have no objection to the conditions. We've begun actually to comply with them, signage and so forth, and we'll continue to comply. Given that in 2006, the application was deemed granted, but we didn't do anything to perfect that with the letter from the clerk. We'd like to remedy that now through this refiling, and we hope you will grant the petitioner's application for the special permit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Glasser. Is there anyone else wishing to speak in favor of the application? Say again, anyone wishing to speak in favor of the application? Good evening, Ms. Brown.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilor Benton. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate the opportunity to share with you our thoughts on this. We did meet with the petitioner, and we are pleased to say that they have indicated that they are willing to comply with all of the special permit conditions that Mr. Dromey has suggested, including the installation of a 6-foot opaque fence. And we would like to add to that it not only be installed, but it be maintained. So that would be a request if the council so chooses to add the word maintained after installation. The other item that was of particular interest to us that they have agreed is that all overgrown vegetation will be removed and all landscaped areas, including the tree belt, shall be maintained. So, and we appreciate that. So the Neighborhood Council is happy to support this as long as these conditions are written into the special permit, and we wish them luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor of the application, please step forward. Say again, anyone wishing to speak in favor of the application, please step forward. Anyone online wishing to speak in favor of the application? Okay, seeing none. Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this petition this evening? Say again, anyone wishing to speak in opposition, please step forward. Seeing none, is there anyone online wishing to speak in opposition? Okay. Are there any questions from the council for the applicant? Councilor Davila.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. Glasser, will you please step forward?
Good afternoon. My apologies, I got to turn my back on you, but I'm told that I got to talk to the microphone here. I just want to be crystal clear, Attorney. They have been operating a junkyard at this location for how long already?
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear that.
Judge, I just want to be crystal clear because I'm a little confused. Are they currently operating on this location as a junkyard?
Yes, they need this permit to just conduct the same business they always have.
Right, that's what I
But
thought
they're
you
not
said.
auto wreckers or.
Okay, and so the reason we're here is because they were cited by the city? That's what triggered they coming back to us, correct?
Yes.
And so in 2006, they filed a petition, but somehow it died in committee, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm just kind of curious, and I just have to ask the diligent question, why have they been operating since 2006 to now without a permit?
Well, I think in 2022, I did a records request to the law department to see what had happened, if anything, and they had no records. But between 2006 and then, it was just a misunderstanding, and they went on with their business, and there was no intervention until 2022 from the city.
Right. No, I get that, and I don't know this gentleman, and I am glad to see the neighborhood council is supporting this. We take great stock in that, but honestly, I just don't understand if they knew they needed a permit, because obviously they came here. So they knew about it. They knew they needed a permit. That's 18 years without a permit. So I have to ask a diligent question. I try to be a diligent person. Dot my I's and cross my T's. What's going to make us sure that they're going to, moving forward, comply with the special requests that the neighborhood council is asking for? Not trying to give you a hard time, I'm just asking the obvious question. I mean,
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunate that it happened this way.
Right, I agree.
But they've always done what they thought they needed to do. And they want to correct the record now. They want to make sure the record is perfected.
Right.
So that they have the permit and comply with all the conditions.
Right.
And go about their, their business as they've always done. As I say, they've been there for 41 years.
No, I understand that, and 18 of those without a permit or more. But anyways, I'm going to vote in favor of this only because the neighborhood council suggests to do so. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. And so even though I wasn't in the council in 2006, I extend my most sincere regrets that this happened this way. This should have never been dropped off the face of the earth on the council. So thank you, and thank you for
Thank you.
your answers.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. Are there any other questions for the applicant from the council? Councilor Whitfield. Mr. Glasser.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to make a comment that I really am glad that you came to correct the mistake that was made years ago by the council. We're blessed to have businesses even remain through COVID for as long as you did, for 41 years and beyond through COVID. So no one made you come here. No one made you pull a records request to make sure everything was right. You did that on your own free will. And so I, just commend that, and just would hope more business people, if they know something could be a little bit off, do that due diligence and that research and come forward to correct it. So I would definitely be supporting this petition. Is it a petition? It's not a petition, is it?
Petition.
Yeah, petition. I'll definitely be supporting it, and thank you for the business you've done for 41 years in the city of Springfield.
Thank you, Councilor. As I said, they grew up in this neighborhood, and they're still there conducting their business. They've spent their whole life there. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Whitfield. Any other councilors with questions for the applicant? Councilor Walsh.
Thank you, Mr. President. When Kathy Brown spoke, I know the issue of the fence is very important to the East Springfield Neighborhood Council. I just want to make sure that that's something you're going to be able to carry through and put the right kind of fence in.
This came up, Councilor Walsh, in 2006. And there's a fence there, and what they did was put a dark tarp along the fence on the inside. It blocks the view, but the recommendation, I guess, is for a different sort of fence, right. And so they've been looking into it.
Thank you.
For the last week or so, they've been looking into it.
Okay. And are the owners present tonight?
Yes, they are. They're both here.
Could they stand so we can see them? Like Councilor Whitfield, I think it's great that you've been in business for 41 years. I also want to congratulate you for all the business you've done in the city of Springfield, and I'm going to support you tonight. I mean, I think we all know that there are glitches with record keeping, so I think we all should support this. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Walsh. Any other councilors with questions while the hearing remains open? Okay. Seeing none, we're going to close the hearing. I think Councilor Curran has a motion he'd like to make. Councilor Curran? Your microphone, Councilor.
Mr. President, I would ask the council to adopt the East Springfield recommendations and to amend condition 3 to insert the words "and maintain" after the word "installed."
Okay. Got that, Madam Clerk? Is there a second to the motion? Seconded by Councilor Edwards. Motion made by Councilor Curran. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On approval of the amendment to condition number 3, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan absent. Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Motion approved. Condition number 3 is amended. Madam Clerk, if there's no further discussion, please call the roll on approval of the special permit.
On approval of the special permit, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan absent. Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Permit is approved. Councilor Allen, please, on the reasons.
Thanks, Mr. President. The reasons for a granted special permit. Number one, there are 4 reasons. Number one, the specific site is an appropriate location for such a use, structure, or condition. Number 2, the use as developed will not adversely affect the neighborhood. Number 3, adequate and appropriate facilities will be provided for the proper operation of the proposed use. And number 4, to incorporate the planning staff analysis into the decision as the basis of the findings.
Thank you, Councilor Allen. Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the reasons.
On approval of the reasons, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan absent. Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Reasons are approved. Special permit is granted. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay. Item number 8, Madam Clerk.
Item number 8 is to amend an existing special permit, motor vehicle sales, granted in January of 1996 by allowing a change in the petitioner at the property known as 289-291 Mill Street.
Okay. Is there anyone here tonight wishing to speak in favor of this application? Good evening, sir. Please come forward, state your name and address for the record. You first have to turn the microphone on by just pressing the little icon with the person, and there you go.
Good evening. My name is Alexander Chuduk, and I live at 63 College Highway in Southwick. And I'm here for a change of petitioner at 289 Mill Street in Springfield.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about what you do there?
I'm not looking to change anything. I just would like to keep operation the same. We're just changing a petitioner, and I have a previous owner here that retired, and I just want to start where he left off.
Can you just tell us what they did?
They did used car sales.
Thank you. Anyone else here to speak in favor? Say again, anyone else here to speak in favor? You can take a seat, sir. Thank you. Okay. Anyone online speak in favor? Seeing none, that closes this portion of the hearing. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this petition? Say again, anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Anyone online wishing to speak in opposition? Seeing none, that closes this portion of the hearing. Are there any questions from the council for the applicant? Councilor Edwards. Sir, could you please come back to the microphone?
It doesn't need to come back up.
Oh, okay.
Just wanted to make the council aware that the gentleman did reach out to the neighborhood council. There was no opposition. Our understanding that he agrees to the conditions that were set forth originally. The expectation is that he's making no changes. This business has operated for many decades in the neighborhood. They've been a good neighbor to the community, and he has an understanding of the expectations. All we're simply asking for him is to operate in the same fashion that the previous owner has all these many years. And I've had assurances from him that that is the case. So there is no opposition that I know of from the neighborhood council.
Thank you, Councilor Edwards, who's the ward councilor. Is there any questions for the applicant while the hearing remains open? Okay. Seeing none, that'll close this portion of the hearing and the hearing. Any final comments from the council before we call the roll on approval of the special permit petition change? Okay. Seeing none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On approval of the special permit, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan. Absent. Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Permits approved. Councilor Allen on the reasons.
Thank you, Mr. President. There are 4 reasons for a granted special permit. They are as follows. Number
Thank you, Councilor Allen. Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the reasons.
On approval of the reasons, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado absent. Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan absent. Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Santinello. Counselor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Reasons are approved. Permit is granted. Congratulations. Thank you. Item number 9, Madam Clerk.
Item 9 is 1387 Boston Road.
Okay. Is there anyone here this evening to speak on behalf of this petition for 1387 Boston Road? Good evening, sirs. Please come forward, introduce yourself, name and address for the record.
Good evening. For the record, Matthew Bombasi with Bowler Engineering. We're the civil engineers. And
Kurt Pomeranke with the NES Group on behalf of Community Bank.
Thank you.
good evening. We're here tonight for a special permit for a drive-through use for a proposed community bank. The site is 1387 Boston Road. It's a former Boston Market. The site has been closed down and operating for at least a couple of years, I believe. The existing restaurant has an existing drive-through, just a single-lane drive-through that served the Boston Market. It's largely paved with parking areas. The project is proposing to reuse the existing building as a community bank. As part of that project, they would propose 2 drive-through lanes, as is customary with the bank, one for teller services and one for an ATM, and thus the special permit request. We're proposing to improve the site as part of the project overall. They're going to completely renovate the existing building, both interior and exterior. They're going to repave and restrape the existing parking lot. There's a bit of excess paving out there, and the parking is a little dimensionally non-compliant, so we're going to upgrade that. It's actually results in an increase of about 5,900 square feet of additional landscape space on the site. New ADA accessibility into the building and configurations, new stop controls and stripings at the site, a fully enclosed trash enclosure. They're going to maintain all existing access into the site. It currently has access off of Boston Road and a shared access driveway next to the site. As far as trip generation, we'd expect the bank would be less trips than the restaurant used to formerly occupied the site. We did meet with the Indian Orchard Citizen Council, both at a site walk and at a meeting, and they did give us a written recommendation for approval.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else wishing to speak in favor of this petition? Say again, anyone else wishing to speak in favor of this petition? Okay, anyone wishing to speak in favor online? Seeing none, that closes this portion of the hearing. You can take a seat, sirs. Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this petition? Say again, anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition online? Seeing none, that closes this portion of the hearing. Any questions from the council for the applicant? Councilor Allen. Sirs, could you please come back up?
Thanks, Mr. President. Yeah, relative to I assume you're got a construction project here to convert the property, and what would the timing be? If you got the special permit tonight, what's your schedule?
We just received our approved demo permit from the city, and we would like to start as early as next week on the initial demo of the interior of the building. The approximate time period on the construction project as a whole is going to be anywhere from 4 to 5 months till completion. And right now we have installed temporary fencing to secure the properties. There was some individuals that were causing some damage to the property, et cetera, and if anybody has driven by there recently, that property is in need of a fresh, new, great look for the community and the town, and we're looking forward to providing great landscaping and really beautifying that portion of the city.
Okay, thanks. And just a follow-up to that is, Is the demolition just on the inside, or will you be
No,
demolishing?
sir. The exterior facade work will be done. The main structure of the building will maintain itself, but there are some new, and we do have some renderings if you wanted to take a look at what it's going to look like. I know it's in our presentation, but yes, there will be some exterior facial demolition, but nothing, super structurally.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Councilor Allen. Any other councilors with questions for the applicant? Councilor Davila.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for your presentation. Just it caught my eye, if you could tell me a little bit about the stormwater management system that will be installed.
Yeah, sure, I can address that. As exists, there's zero stormwater infrastructure on the site, not a catch basin, not anything. I believe we're going to have this reviewed by Public Works subsequent to this review process, but we're proposing new deep sump-putted catch basins and a new treatment settling basin, which will allow us to properly grade the site so that it drains. If you've been out there, it's very, very flat, and you can see a lot of potholes and damage due to the slopes, and also provide additional stormwater detention and treatment.
So that's going to translate into a better surface in the property, better parking. How is that going to affect, if anything, the water system? The water sewer system, is that going to?
It won't connect out to the proposed sewer system. Nope, it's all completely contained to the site. So no connections out to the municipal system.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. Any other councilors with questions for the applicant? Okay.
I have a question.
Councilor Santinello.
Yeah, this is where the Boston Market was, right?
That is correct, sir.
The Boston Market is a national chain, and that parking lot had to be the worst parking lot anywhere in the city of Springfield. It had potholes that you can't even describe them. So, I mean, the condition of the building and the condition of the parking lot. This is the most welcome thing I can imagine.
Thank you, Councilor Santinello. Any other councilors before we close the hearing? Okay, seeing none, that'll close this portion of the hearing and the hearing. Any final comments before we call the roll? Councilor Whitfield.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just wanted to say I'm glad to see the property back on the tax roll.
Thank you, Councilor Whitfield. Any other councilors? Okay. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on approval of the special permit.
On approval of the special permit, Councillor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Delgado absent. Councillor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Govan absent. Councillor Brown. Councillor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Santinello.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, Councillor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Whitfield.
Yes?
Yes, Councillor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Permit's approved. Councilor Allen on the reasons.
Thank you, Mr. President. The reasons for granting special permit are for them here. First one is the specific site is an appropriate location for such a use, structure, or condition. Number two is the use as developed will not adversely affect the neighborhood. Number three, the adequate and appropriate facilities will be provided for the proper operation of the proposed use. And number four, to incorporate the planning staff analysis into the decision as the basis of the plan.
Okay, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on the reasons?
On approval of the reasons, Councillor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Delgado absent. Councillor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Govan absent. Councillor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councillor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Permit is approved. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, Madam Clerk, item 11, please. Last item.
Item 11 is to change the zoning of the property known as Southside Wisteria Street from Residence A to Residence B.
Okay, is there anyone here to speak in favor of this application tonight? Good evening.
Mr. President, I have to recuse myself because I am part owner.
Okay. Madam Clerk, will you please have the record reflect that Councilor Whitfield has recused herself?
Yes.
Good evening, sir. Please introduce yourself, name and address for the record. The little button with the face, that's the one.
Good evening. My name is Jelani Bland, and I live at 500 Ocean Avenue in Revere, Massachusetts. So we're here to request that SS Wisteria gets changed from residential A to residential B in order to build a duplex at the location. If you drive on the street, most of the houses in that neighborhood are already new duplexes. I understand that they were changed to residential A in the 1990s because the neighborhood did not want multi-family dwellings there, but now there's a housing crisis in Springfield and homelessness is at an all-time high, so we are just trying to create housing that is desperately needed in the neighborhood. And I know some people were opposed to us at the neighborhood council meeting, saying that we are just developers, but that is not true. Two out of three of my partners in my development team live in Springfield still currently, and all of our family is from here, so we want first-time home buyers to have a chance to buy more homes in the neighborhoods, and we think that having a second unit to supplement their income and help them maintain the mortgage payments is a easier way for them to, build equity in their home and not go into foreclosure and miss payments and things of that nature.
Okay, thank you, sir. Is there anyone else wishing to speak in favor of this petition this evening? Please step forward. Say again, anyone wishing to speak in favor of this petition, please step forward. Anyone online wishing to speak in favor of the petition? Okay, seeing none, that closes this portion of the hearing. You can sit down, sir, thank you. Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this petition this evening? Say again, is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition this evening in person? Okay, anyone wishing to speak in opposition online? Seeing none, that closes this portion of the hearing. Are there any questions from the council for the applicant before we close the hearing? Okay, seeing no questions. Councilor Allen. We do have a letter of support from the Pine Point Neighborhood Council in the file, signed by Mary Kober, dated August 8th. In support. Yes. Any other questions from the council for the applicant while the hearing remains open? Councilor Click Bruce. You're on mute, Councilor Click Bruce.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to say in favor of this petition. I do know the petitioner did come to the neighborhood council, the Pine Point Council, and it was a unanimous vote in favor of the zone change. And just looking to improve our situation with housing. The housing crisis is real, and I think this developer is looking to improve on that situation. So again, I echo the Pine Point Council, and I'm in favor of this petition. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Click Bruce. Councilor Perez.
Yes, I have to echo what my colleagues are saying. We're in dire needs of housing, and I will be in support of this petition. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Perez. Councilors, any more questions for the applicant before we close the hearing? Okay. Seeing none, we're going to close this portion of the hearing and the hearing. Councilor Davila, would you have a comment you'd like to make before we call the vote?
Yes, actually, Mr. President, just a general comment, just to echo what my colleagues have been saying. My compliments for investing in Springfield, for staying in Springfield. As they have said, and I'm not going to belittle the point, we need housing in Springfield. We keep talking about the housing crisis, how much shortage we have of housing. And the truth is we're starting to run out of land. And so this concept of duplex, it's an interesting concept. It's just one that needs to be measured carefully. But my compliments for staying here and for investing in Springfield. We'd be very glad to vote for this. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. Councilor Brown?
Thank you, Mr. President. I also want to commend the work being done. A lot of people don't understand it, and duplexes are still, when it comes to first home buyers and people want to buy homes and things. I mean, I think it really is kind of something, the wave of the future. Our city of homes, we're definitely struggling to be able to get a lot of people to even come and move here. So I definitely commend you for, coming and develop. I'm always for it. I think there's never can be enough. So thank you for your work. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Brown. Any other councilors before we call the roll? Councilor Santinella.
Yeah, I also want to echo what my colleagues have said. The house prices in Springfield is supported by the neighborhood council, and I'm all for it.
Thank you, Councilor Santinella. Any other councilors before we call the roll? Okay, seeing none. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on the zone change?
On approval of the zone change?
1 second, I want to make sure there's enough votes. Oh, there's enough. Okay, go ahead, Madam Clerk.
On approval of the zone change, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan absent. Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila. Yes. Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield recused. Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Zone change is approved. Any more business, Madam Clerk?
There's not.
Okay, that will conclude our agenda for this evening. The council will stand adjourned. Our next regular meeting is scheduled for October 7th at 7 p.m. Thank you and good night.